Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing the book The Joyful Vegan by Colleen Patrick Goudreau, and this discusses how to remain happy and joyful as a vegan living in a non-vegan world, and this focuses on a lot of the issues that vegans do go through, and it's set in a very positive way. And the one thing that I got out of this book was good communication, positive communication, non-aggressive communication, which I know can be difficult when you're faced with, you know, combative questions, combative snide remarks, and some questions are legit questions that are meant to be, people are just curious, but some of them can be combative, and people expect you to be an expert in everything, which is impossible for anybody in any field of whatever you're doing. And it talks about good communication. For one example that she gave a really positive example when a lot of people, they say, I could never go vegan. And instead of saying something, which I've never said this, but it was just the example she gave. She said something like, oh, instead of saying, you could, you just don't care, you don't want to, just maybe ask if they've done it. That could even, some people you're never going to get to, which just kind of move on with those people. But that is better, sounds better than being like, you don't want to, kind of, that's really aggressive. And that is the big thing I got. And just the positivity from her. I think we do need a lot of positivity during this time. And which, I really like the positive message that she gives out. And the only issues that I have with this book was when it came to like working, like people that are working, people say, she basically kind of alluded to, oh, well, if you work, let's say if you work in a restaurant that serves meat, and just like, it's, if you're just a worker, if you do not own the establishment, she's basically kind of alluded to, oh, just tell them that, to just take, just to put, I guess, not to serve meat, or she made it sound like it's just easy to transition everything to vegan for your job. And in this workforce, if you don't do something, they're going to find someone that will, which is a large 90% of the population. They have 90% of the population to choose from. That's not realistic. And also, I wish she would have talked more about the veganism, the vegan portrayal in the media. I think it is very negative. I think that is one of the last groups you are allowed to tease and mock, and no one bats an eye. And if that were any other group, there'd be outrage. But since it's vegans, those crazy people, that's fine. No one bats an eye. But if it were any other group, crud would hit the fan. But since it's vegans, And I don't think that that's right. I didn't think it was right when I ate meat, and I've watched videos when I was kind of transitioning, and I thought it was wrong, and it bothered me because I have respect for my fellow human being, and I think respect goes both ways, and I try and have respect for all people in my life, as long as they're not, you know, I don't know. No one's perfect. I'm not sitting here on my high horse. Everyone's perfect. I mean, we all have our limits, but I try. That bothers me, and it bothered me back in the day before I was even vegetarian or vegan. Um, I wish she would have addressed that, because that is a big issue, and you see that a lot. Um, it seems like they invite the vegan to be to be ridiculed, because they know that that will bring views, and um, it'll reinforce certain things for the 90% of the people that are watching certain media shows. But overall, I thought this was a good book. Those two things I just had an issue with. Funny story about how I got this book. I was actually kind of goofing around. I had an extra credit because I read this on Audible, and she reads the audiobook. And I I had the I didn't I just typed in the word vegan, and I clicked on the Joyful Vegan. I'm like, oh, that sounds positive. I'm gonna click on it, and it started playing, and I was like, oh crap, I just bought something, because I I don't think I had any credits left for Audible, so I was like, oh crap, I just spent money, money, that I didn't mean to spend, and then I looked and I found out it was $0. So I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't spend anything. Okay, but that is kind of funny. I kind of bought that book on accident, a misclick. So that is all I want to say about this book. I will also be reviewing very soon Anastasia and Her Sisters by Carolyn Meyer. It's a young adult book, because I really want to get young adults and children reading during this time. I know that school has been crazy, and you have a lot of people still doing the online learning thing. I'm doing that right now for graduate school, so I know it's really hard on kids as well, and I wonder, some of them, depending on where you are, you might be 2 years behind, so I really want to get that out. And I'm also reading The Perfectionists by Sarah Shepard. I almost said Sarah Miller. Sarah Shepard, which is another young adult book, and I'm reading that for the same reason, and just light. I feel like I read too much hardcore stuff. So I will see you all in the next video. I love talking to you guys. Please comment. I'm as long as YouTube's not being temperamental, I will get to your comments. So I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.